right?
That's true.
They need to get comfortable with winning.
Yep.
They need to be comfortable with getting deep in the tournaments.
Yep.
And they should be doing everything they can right here to get to that next level, to get to the finals, to get to the BO5s, because they need to practice winning. So it's got to be a good game, right?
Right. Well, let's find out here. Composition-wise, a question mark for sure, but Heretics on the attack and FUT on the defense, I guess, in a very early skirmish.
Okay.
Boo just backhanding too. I don't know where FUT were off to. Well, they at least got Boo down, but still.
Lull in the round has Heretics grouping up 4 versus 3. Looking to go over to that B site. And when I look at this double Sentinel, I've seen someone post a video about this stuff, about how this is the wave, the new wave, the future, the double Sentinel.
Okay.
And I want to see how this plays out on this map, because obviously there's a lot of corridors, a lot of angles that you have to block off.
It's a big old map as well.
It's a big old map, and I don't think these guys know how to let go of shift right now, so here we go.
Oh, that was nice.
Good
Quick
catch.
little crunch. Catches out of captain, so that's going to be the site secured and the plant in place. And you don't really have to hold it from the site itself. You can sit pretty passive on this.
Looks like that's exactly what they're doing. And Team Heretics, great at the style. Sunset's their best map, and you basically have the same approach there.
Yeah, they watched the same one YouTube video I did. Fantastic. We're in in agreement. But Mr. Fallen and Yeta J, it's really hard to break that back line, especially from this sort of position. Let's see if they can do any sort of damage, though. Jens just waiting to see if anyone dares to make the cross. Obviously, Yeta J now going to push forward. Does isolate a fight. Nice shot from Wu in response. And they have so many bodies here. It's going to be very hard for Yeta J to try and clear any of this. Complementary angles, not letting it get too far. Heretics going to pick up the first.
Those first 2 opening kills from Boo were kind of redonk, because he slipped through the gap here, turns around. He should be dead to rights, completely just handled, but he gets 2 out of that situation, and that gives Team Heretics the ability to get into this. FUT, they're the ones that picked this map. I don't know if they have something kind of like up their sleeves, or if they're just going for these tournament reps. Let's play an actual official game instead of just a practice game on this map, and get it, you know, a rep under our belts, show that we're okay to play it.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what this feels like at the moment, because of the situation of security, at least when it comes to champs qualification for both of these sides.
See ya.
Bye, Yeta J. It is going to be just getting those reps in, showing some comfort here, so when it gets to those vetoes in Seoul, that they have a little bit more backing to them. But that's captain. Nice try. Going to get what he wants there. Going to be kept in check. And patience being displayed by Heretics. Wait and see if FUT does try and find any more information. They're going to go for it. They're going to lose their life. Keeping 5 standing so far for Heretics.
Casual anti-eco round here. Team Heretics looking to keep all these players alive. No damage taken to their shields yet. And FUT looking to peel away from A, going to take that gamble sack on the wrong site. Team Heretics going to get in for free, most likely get that spike planted. Yeah. And have a healthy lead into that bonus.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to see much in the way of threat here. Again, completely other side of the map, and it is a long rotate. Away they go, and it is just classics, no sheriffs, no ghosts, no nothing. So if they could do some damage, cool, but again, that plant being in play, you've already got the post plant coming out with something like Astra, you already have Breach there. There's a lot of difficulty with trying to take any of that space back in a meaningful way, so as it stands.
What are the feelings someone's going to fall off the map on this round? I just...
this round?
Yeah, imagine it's seen out of all people as well, as Jet. That's just like, how does that even happen? But Woot going in, he's one off his ultimate. He wants to get it, whether it's a kill or a death. And it's a kill that gets it.
Oh, you thought he could have had another there as well. Crack's going to take down Woot. And as long as they keep 3 standing, they'll be happy enough, Cracks. Let's give it up to the spike. So, for all intents and purposes, Heretics will be happy. They keep the 3 rifles up, the Guardian there as well, of course, into that mix. So they've done what they needed. First buy round coming out. This is the big one for FUT, though. We need to see them make a bit of an impact now.
This is one of the situations where pulling out a double Sentinel, the Cypher, and the Deadlock is going to be interesting here because Team Heretics is a team that they can be really quick and they have that breach to do it, but they could also take the map control in really small sections and then contact around, just do these slow walking maneuvers, and that's going to be a really good way to avoid all the traps from the Deadlock. We might see a very long, drawn-out game here from both teams. The way that they're playing so far has been very slow openings, very slow endings.
I think you might be absolutely correct in that. But fortunately, both come from Counter-Strike, so these actually play out a little bit closer to the normal pacing of our rounds. So yeah, it will be kind of slow and steady. This map needs a lot of kind of attention as you clear through. It can be approached in this manner, and it works pretty well up against Mr. Fallen, at the very least, giving them options later into the round. So let's see what Heretics do now. Showing a little bit of something towards A, trying to keep some attention towards it, but it is this pivot that we're witnessing, and a one-way invested for our captain. Still could get snuck up on here, so he does have to keep a little bit more of a safe angle. Falls away, and he's feeling the pressure coming towards his site now.
Backing away, Spidey senses tingling, but does he get away?
Again! It's not the first time, and it may not be the last. Nice little set piece to clear the site very comfortably. Heretics showing some real diligence here, so the plant should be on the way. I think denied on the first attempt there, yep. Anyone else to try and maybe do a bit of damage? I feel like that Spike now in the safer position won't be hindered. So we're looking at any sort of play back through. Miniboo already going to hinder those first couple of steps tried to be taken. Dizzy sent up. They're going to try and go off the back of this one, but Woot's ult going to come in, catch two of them, but they try and swing. It's Cracks to save them. Somehow doesn't actually get caught in that. And now down to a 3v3 in the post plant. Keep your eyes on the positioning. Keep in mind, you have Rienz and you have Boo. Astra and Breach here. Woot has to be the gun-out sort of guy at this point. Keep contact, but he goes down. Crack step by step, clearing through the site. Now we're looking at the utility. Now we're looking at what they've got for this plant position. What do they have to pressure this?
Smart.
First tap, second go wingman. Now, gun out, holding, off angle found. Joel, that's just outstanding from FUT. Defuse is fine. Very well played on the retake.
I don't know if it would have made that big of a difference, but if Boo actually waited a little bit longer on his gravity well off that first spike tap, just count in your head, 2 seconds at least, maybe even 3 before you do the gravity well. That first tap was brilliant. You pull out that gravity well, then you get the wingman on the spike, and there was 2.9 seconds remaining on the clock at the end there.
Could have been enough.
Could have been the difference maker there, but still a valiant effort from Team Heretics. They did invest that Thrash, did not get the round, but did a decent amount of damage there. CNED on that Outlaw now, and only a couple players with light shields for Team Heretics.
Here.
The approach now. So it looks like a far more clear-cut affair towards that B site, but you can see the adjustment of utility. Mr. Fallen traditionally had been applying that towards middle, trying to kind of, I guess, solidify that hold there. But this adjustment could cause issues for Heretics. Divide gonna go through, flashes there, and they should be able to get a plant for this.
I don't know if there's anything that's here to deny it. Deadlock trap just to stun them, but that's about it. Spike's planted.
They should be happy. They should be able to get into a deeper post plant now. Able to kind of divide this map into a far more manageable piece, but still, this could be big from Cracks, but they need value from it. It can't just be to clear sight. Maybe on the first try, but still, tries to send it, may have caught Miniboo there. Yeah, absolutely, out of captain. You want to go for this? He needs some help if he wants to. He's trying to hold at least the angle, force them to swing, force them into a pressured position.
He's gonna jump across.
He has to, at some point, but the timing's everything. And now the tap on the spike, no one's fully responding. He's going to back away from this. They still need to try and clear this back line. And the spam, they've already got it worked out. Boo's there to deny. Heretics look in control.
When you go that hard in nerding out, finding all the little tricks, the plant strat with the Cosmic Divide, the spam lineups, the good dart scans, and I don't even know where that came from. But, you know, it happened somehow, so.
Oh. And there it is, look at this. I mean, when we were talking about kind of, you know, peacocking a veto.
They ran into Benji's trip.
Wait, that was what actually, yeah,
that's what it was. There's nothing else to reveal. I'm like, where's the, there's no Sova. I'm like, what happened there? But yeah.
That makes a little more sense. Pretty unfortunate. We are going to see a broken purchase here. It's going to be down to Sheriffs. and a mid-walk, actually, so I'll pause my
Very aggressive.
Going for a brawl. CNED put his life on the line for the second player, but it's actually him who finds Benji. Big pick up there, rifle recovered, and they're here for the scrap. Miniboo wants this back, wants this space, wants to try and build, but he takes a load of damage. This is getting scary now. The Dizzy gonna go up, but they gotta work together. This could still go terribly wrong. Cracks with another. Heretics starting to rein this back in, but it's a 3v3. Miniboo still down low, and FUT doing serious work here.
Two alive, Spike recovered, a minute still on the clock. CNED with that Vandal. Low HP though, might give that to someone else. He is right next to Yedajay, and Yedajay, no stranger to doing a really good job with those big weapons. Spotted. Miniboo down to 5 HP as well. That's one classic shot, can take him out. Right now, both teams kind of resetting, getting into way different positions than they started out. A very big pace change at the start from FUT. They've been playing very slow.
30 seconds left.
It was nice to see them kind of bring the fight towards Heretics. Again, you were on Sheriff, you might as well try and make something happen.
Yesterday when they were against Fnatic and they were doing these speed ups, it didn't make sense when they were in control of the game, but right now they don't have that control. Beautiful opening. Now they just need to be able to close it out. That spike is going to be planted.
10 seconds
Players
left.
are so far away from
Spike
FUT.
planted.
So much time is going to go from the clock before they're able to get close. And they're also split up. Yedajay alone on that big flank.
I mean, the flank could be so valuable, but it's going to take time to come in, because you can see the post-plant positioning from Heretics is pretty tucked towards side, up towards tower. So CNED and Ada Captain working in unison, trying to clear this back through, but these angles could be so problematic. Maybe a catch on the cross or just a shoulder. Miniboo, he's so low on HP, 5 HP, it's going to be cleared. That's all you needed. CNED with that classic, they switched out the weapons, but now Boo has to be drawn in. Speaking of drawn in, taken away from at least the tap on the spike, and time is ticking here. Does not expect the flank, but still finds him. Oh, Boo! Saving Heretics from a precarious round there. That could have fallen apart.
That got close, but Team Heretics comes out on top. I do wonder how Mr. Fallen's going to use his deadlock barrier this round, because he's used it in middle before, and I think that's partially why Team Heretics has had some of these slow openings that they've had. But CNED, he's got his op up now, so we're going to look to him to see if he's able to take out some deep lines. Right now, Team Heretics doing a pretty 50-50 split between A site and B site, and it's hard to get a grasp on where they're going. But one thing's for sure is they're doing it together. They're always 4 or 5 men grouped up.
Sam, CNED is on the other side of the map, and it doesn't look slow by any means, but Heretics have shown this kind of early start before and then peeled away. This time they're committing straight on the fight. Miniboo finding out a captain, quick trade for Mr. Fallen. He was the other player towards this side of the map. A quick rotation from Cracks, or as quick as it can be, but the plant's going to be in anyway. So for now, they may as well regroup, get ready for that retake together, but Mr. Fallen taking a fair amount of damage. Heretics this time staying a little bit more posted on the site, or at least one player is, which is Rienz. That's a dirty little angle. Tricky to aim up there, and Yedajay catching him. Don't know if that was the right choice, and the hack can be invested. You can see Heretics now trying to be proactive in this. They still know about the player up there, but where are the rest? Heretics just spinning on a dime, finding everyone trying to flood back in, and that's going to be a save for CNED. He wants to keep that operator up. All good, thank you. Yeah,
He can
thumbs
float,
up.
he had an updraft, we're good.
Hopefully. How are you finding the map so far? You liking it?
It's funny, it's like DE rats sometimes, where we're just so tiny.
Yeah, that's kind of true. But we were kind of discussing this, right? This whole like kind of showing willingness to play maps you aren't necessarily like known for to an extent. You know, you talked about the last series we saw FUT in up against Fnatic, for example, like that Haven coming out, and things like this. But both sides showing willingness to play this is quite curious, because FUT are the ones who picked this, right? This is their choice, and Heretics have come out and gone, yeah, we're ready. We've got a good idea.
Yeah, showing that they're ready on this map is very important, but also they need to do this.
Do you feel like this map does lend itself towards the operator, at least if you gamble to the right side, which is a bit of a coin flip, considering how Heretics have been
They
playing?
have double Sentinel though, they can.
They absolutely can. And this time, it is the right place. The only man with the weapon here, everyone else on Sheriffs and light armor. It's not a complete lackluster investment, but he's got to find so much reward from this. Here we go. Flash turn, he's back in. He couldn't get the shot he wanted, and now he's in trouble. He couldn't even make it up. Oh, belter of a shot. Miniboo got, oh, seen it! rolling it back, trying to do as much damage as possible. He takes down 2, that's the best he could achieve there. He couldn't make it out in time. But now the site is under the Heretics banner, the plant's coming in. FUT gonna have to try and play this one back through. No easy to pick up weapons. They all gonna come on top here. We're gonna take that space and try and get the rest of the site in their hands.
Stabilization, the flash ready for Woot.
Okay, there it is. Nice. It's hindered the timing. It set him up so well. Woot is just the safest pair of hands you wanted here. You thought maybe CNED was going to be enough with those 2. It's not the case.
You know, a part of me was hoping that Team Heretics was able to get off the site after they got that plant. I thought this was going to be a lineup double kill for CNED there. It looked very close on our X-ray. That a second target was right behind. Must have missed them by a millimeter. But we're looking at the Rolling Thunder there, and I'm like, please get off the site, let them go for the defuse, and then just boop them off, you know? I've seen this before. Lucio, if you have heard of that character.
No. No, I play games for adults.
Yeah?
Valorant, a child game. Cartoon graphics looking real nice right now, though, and that's going to be the ult for Boo. Now, we've already seen the Heretics have a couple of plays in mind with this. Looks quite similar to an extent here coming in. Now, does FUT recognize this and want to try and deal with it in any sort of way? They're pretty close to the divide. They're not giving up the site completely. CNED getting very curious about this. Does he just go through? It's going to be Miniboo taking down Cracks. Time to swing! And he hits! CNED with 2 big pickups. He looks comfortable until he gets put down. And just a weird scrap on the site. Did Mr. Fallen get anything? I don't think so. This is just turning into deathmatch on the site. Benji's outnumbered, and he doesn't have the bullets to handle it. Mr. Fallen and out of captain, able to live in all that chaos.
Considering there's no Sova on the map, there's an alarming amount of people that are getting caught in Cypher trips and spammed through cages right now. So, very interesting, you know, to put a spin on it, interesting. I do like that Cosmic Divide to force that spike plant. It's similar to kind of coming out showers on Vine to a degree. CNED getting through the wall here, getting rubber banded back through that trip.
Nice! Nice on him!
Obviously, FUT winning around and J screaming.
Every time he does it, I just see that, like, emote in chat, like that one.
No escape.
Yeah. Quick set little swing. Didn't get what they tried to go back in on it. It's pretty audacious, and it's just traded back and forth, 2 apiece on either side. It feels like FUT are getting more willing to fight, even that early display of possession over towards the A side of the map there towards A main, and they're willing to brawl on it, which is a dangerous game to play, but they're winning out everything. Yeah, they're going to take down Boo. That's the hat invested. So all of this position gets seen, gets considered.
2 versus 3. Deadlock setup here on this site. Team Heretics. They're gonna walk straight into Krax's crosshair.
He's in the right places.
One enemy remaining.
And just a pixel, just a pixel. Clearly got their work put in, and that's a shutdown right there.
Yeah.
Beautifully done by FUT, getting more proactive now.
This is one of those things where the map is so new and teams haven't shown anything in official games right now. So maybe there's like a little bit of behind the scenes knowledge of how teams like to play in the practice games. But right now, there's no expectations. The meta's not really solidified. What we do see is we're seeing a lot of Cypher.
Yep.
Looks like we're seeing Omen sometimes, but here we're watching Boo on Astra, so that's a little bit different. We've seen some Pacific teams running Sova, but neither of these teams are doing it. So it's very interesting to see how things are going, how teams are going to start doing the tempo, the pacing, and where they're going to fight. Are they going to be aggressive, or are they going to do passive stuff? But almost a really good catch at the start of the round there. Good combo, but too many defenders.
And it's Mr. Fallen, the furthest man forward. He does have the support by Cracks towards the back side of the site. See the timing on the window swing, and everyone else. Pixel, perfect for Mr. Fallen, and he gets away unscathed, no trade available. And Crack's even double checking behind it, see if anyone's trying to springboard forward. No. So the smoke gets invested. That's going to be highly valuable here, going to hinder approach. You got to look at the rest of the map. I'm looking towards maybe what Boo can find, but it is a rough purchase. Guardians, Marshals, and it's farming time for Mr. Fallen. CNED even going to get the Outlaw into effect. And Mr. Fallen's not giving up this site. It's just like, okay, you're going to beat me 1 by 1? Sweet, I'm coming back in. I'm going to try and get another crack. Steals his kill. That's heartbreaking. And CNED closes down Boo, and we're getting a much closer scoreline here. 4-6, that timeout worked.
Team Heretics doing a little bit of a low investment buy there. Now they have that Thrash. They're going to be on a full buy here. A little bit close to Cosmic Divide. On the other side, CNET's been sitting on those Blade Storms for a while, and Krax has his Thrash, hasn't used it since that retake that round. Oh man, it's so many rounds ago. Maybe round 4 or 5 this game. But a little bit of the map being explored. Seeing middle used for, I think, a second time this game. Do our 5-man hits. Maybe Benji is split off doing alert, creating options for us in case we get stuffed.
Yeah, I really want to see what they actually go for here, because I think you've kind of outlined the normal responses, right? The traditional reactions to the CNED. Straight away, going to feel that Benji Fishy might be interested in getting some late pressure towards middle. He does have a captain here as well, so you can imagine that it's only going to be that one man towards A. That's going to be Yedajay, holding this as best he can. Does have his setup here. Of course, Deadlock on the other side, so allowing that quick rotation for our captain. Yedajay waiting. Wingman going in. He's going to try and stop that. He tried, but he doesn't want to outstay his welcome. So the plant's in. We're in a 5v5 post-plant.
Thrash is up for both teams. Nothing else just quite yet. These opening kills are going to be so important for either side to be able to get into this retake.
It's only really Minibu still actively looking towards site. We're looking at that deeper hold over towards that A main side. There's the first investment of the ult, and they're going to try and flood towards it on this. CNED trying to lean in.
See it.
Waiting.
Please, please, please.
Oh my god, the last second. Ah! Oh, okay, it's okay. It's okay. It didn't really count. It didn't really happen. Minibu puts him out of his misery more than anything, and Heretics are holding on to this one. We're down to just the 2 players left alive. Yedajay and out of captain.
Wait.
What? What?
He stretched the defuse from as long as he could.
Last round before the switch.
Mr. Fantastic, just like getting that from across the edge of the circle. And Team Heretics was spamming towards it, but they weren't spamming to the left far enough. And FUT just stealing that round away. CNED almost gonna be, you know, hitting that check mark on the bingo card or whatever. And it was on Minibu right here. He was on the way down.
He thought about it. I swear he thought about it. I was like, I could have left you.
Do I reset my recoil or do I let the memes flow? That was him cheering that he got killed before.
Rather pulling. Nice! Perfect. 5-6. The gap is getting closed with some real sneaky rounds here. Love to see it. Now, it's quite fun seeing this in a practice environment almost, because as said, they've probably run so many practices, so many different looks here, but they're being stalled on the way in. And a captain with a freebie pretty much. Minibu trying to bounce forward.
Okay.
Oh, but look at the angle. FUT getting more and more confident, playing from the site itself. There's no way out of that. They're getting better and better at showing what they're up to here.
That half had a lot of fun moments in it, but I am disappointed that we didn't get to see a Deadlock ultimate come into play that entire time. And I was wondering, where could it come from? And there's so many angles that you can bounce, especially in these retakes, just to open it up, maybe pull a person off the map. So now that would be so amazing. I don't know if that's even possible, but that would be awesome. Like their team tries to like break the cocoon and he just falls. But yeah, it's interesting because the double Sentinel didn't really do a whole lot for FUT. Every single time the Cypher was on the site that Team Heretics hit, those trips got broken by the satchels, by the nade. It didn't really get much value, except in those like retake situations where both teams were hitting the offensive trip and the defensive one. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah, side switch in play. And it will be FUT on the attack.
Straight up mid.
God.
Camera spots him. Do they know about?
Did it? Yeah, okay. I was worried it wasn't looking quite that way.
He's still going!
Look, it's CNED. He's running mid. He wants to go. And he's been, look how much attention he's drawn. I mean, they have to respect it to an extent, right? They have to give it a look. But still, he's backed away. And 4 players are trying to re-clear the space. Oh, CNED. That's what curiosity gets you, Minibu. Trying to take back what you thought was yours. But no. And the lean on the other side. They've drawn so much of a reaction just to that mid pressure. It's freed up this site for the plant now.
Concealment.
4 versus 5 Team Heretics. Baiting out that first tap camera.
To take a little moment.
Seeing that solo. Here comes Wingman for the defuse.
He gets to go at this one. You got the combination work with the utility coming in and just players trying to pull their bodies through here. Already halfway achieved, but you gotta look who's still standing. It's only Rienz.
what?
And I say only Rienz, but maybe it's more than enough. Mr. Fallen gets him in the end.
That got so damn close,
Yep.
considering it was a 4 versus 5 for Team Heretics. Big stun, big trades coming out. I love just going in, having those people coming in and to trade behind you. I was thinking for a moment, Wingman's on the spike, meat shield, meat shield. That is an OG tactic. But instead, Team Heretics pushed forward, almost made it work, came down to the wire, 1 versus 1, but FUT come out on top, and now that's an even trade, even split of the pistol rounds here. So, FUT looking to do what Team Heretics did in the first half.
The scary factor is now it's been 6 rounds since Heretics even got one on the board. It feels like a bit of a drought, so it can feel pretty oppressive to play against this, knowing that you'll be coming in with classics this round that you, more often than not, will lose this second round. This could get it towards 8 on the board pretty quickly, and then that bonus gets scarier and scarier because you know that you can't let that slip. Patient beginnings from FUT.
Middle control looking to be something that FUT is going to go for probably throughout the game. They've used it on round 1, round 2 now. Wouldn't be surprised if they keep continuing doing it, considering it's basically just a shootout, right? It's a shooting range. Why not go for these duels? You have the individual skill. This plays directly into your skill set.
And if you look at what Heretics are trying to do, it's a stack, right? You've seen them fully commit to this now. They did have a little bit of presence towards mid, but not much. And it is only Mr. Fallen testing the waters here. Now, they're keeping themselves concealed, but the second this breaks, it could be a little... Ooh.
Oh, this is ambitious.
Yeah, this is... and he's gotten away. He's pretty safe here, actually. He's managed to keep himself comfortable. And that might be enough of a call that B's completely free. We felt nothing over here. Plant should be fine, that this was going to be a stack.
Yep. I mean, that's Team Heretics' playbook, right? Do the stacks on the defense, hope they come to you, because what are you going to do if you're holding 2 people with classics against CNED running in at you? So, looking to get kind of a consolation prize here, but Boo's not getting one.
No. And it's hard to gap close on this map. There's long lines of sight. You don't get all that many opportunities. Okay, a classic's fine. Classics are very strong, apparently, at range sometimes.
Yeah, don't use the frenzy there.
Don't use the frenzy. Boast found out. Oh, there we go. No more fun for you. Rienz and Woot, the last 2 here, and might just accept fate to the spike, really. So get your question marks ready in chat for Sliggy. He loves those. But outside of that, though, good look so far from FUT. They continue as they mean to go on. They can suffer a loss in the form of Mr. Fallen. No sweat there. And now he gets the bonus. This now gets to the crunch time, though, Josh, because this is where that run of rounds, it doesn't feel so bad, starts to become a real issue if they can't break through with one.
Team Heretics needs to put a stop to the FUT shenanigans right now, right? FUT, let's see if they're going to go into middle again here. Team Heretics need to figure out what kind of the game plan is for FUT. And a lot of it really revolves around CNED going around, usually with cracks, trying to take some map control, figure out what they want to do, and then trying to group and hit together. Maybe at a J split from the pack, creating fallback options, creating pressure in that rotation zone area. So we haven't seen them play. Like, it's so hard to predict. We have to just watch and look and see how it progresses.
Oh, we're walking in as blind as the teams are, really. Even, you know, the desk was highlighting it. I was aware of, maybe FUT have been playing this a bit. This isn't even the comp they were bringing out in Prax. There's a lot up in the air at the moment. No one really knows what people are going to look like. So it's purely learning on the job, pretty much. A quick burst play. CNED is very much alone, though. There was no one else. It was just CNED. I don't know what the game plan there was for him. Maybe there was more to it that I didn't see, but...
I think it's just to create chaos and get into the back lines and disrupt that rotation, create space for his teammates to move in. It is a bonus, but Mini Boo on the defense here.
Okay, the Dizzy actually did find him. And then, it wasn't pretty, but he's caught Mr. Fallen. Benji's now hit that rotation. He's fine. They've taken them down to just 2 players. That plant's not going to be easy either. They're having to clear through this site. There's so many of those little trips and wires in the way. They're going to have to try and make their way through. And it's hard to carve out some safety. Opting just for that smoke towards the stair side of Link.
30 seconds left.
Site is clear. Heretics giving them enough respect that they don't want to make any risks here. They need this round. This is a highly valuable round. And opting for the safe plant and hoping that maybe Yedajay can cause some problems on the cross, but this is a really difficult position in a 2v5.
Boo is so far away. But he needs to get there before the rest of the team goes in.
Okay, so they still haven't noted where Adacaptain is. They might have heard that TP, but that's it. YedaJ can't quite see above that cage either. And already Adacaptain. Oh my God, YedaJ! He knows where the other player behind him is. Can't make it any further. Miniboo keeping the space up towards top. Defuse is there. 3 standing for Heretics. They make it past the checkpoint. They'll take that at this point.
It's a good start. Getting your foot in the door for this defense side. 3 alive, that's going to keep your economy up. Losing more than that would have been detrimental. Good find over here. Mr. Fallen needs to scale closer to the boxes so he doesn't get caught by that headshot angle again. I'm sure that's something that they've figured out. YedaJ in the end there. 2 great shots with that Outlaw, but as soon as Boo hits that trip on that flank, YedaJ felt a little pressured that he didn't have enough time to reload the Outlaw, deal with that flank, so he jumped out with his classic, trying to catch a timing on that ledge.
You gotta give it a go sometimes. TP, and back under. Oh, what?
Big opening.
Yeah, that's huge. Benji's gonna be gutted with that. Felt like the round had barely started. And they have to now, they have to respect that that kill even happened. They can't now pull bodies away from middle. They have to keep a little bit of a track on this.
It's got the hat. They're going to try to get up to Benji's body, use that hat to confirm info. Mr. Fallen as well, please use this half, this round even.
Yeah, 3 players though on the other side trying to keep control of this one. YedaJ's close. Any trap off the back, any kills to be had, and that's not bad, but it's only a trade. They could have probably done with more, and Crack's denying everything. The connection on Wu is ridiculous. And now Heretics are just down to 2. Miniboo and Boo left scrambling. Split. The site looking vulnerable. This has to be a massive bailout from Miniboo. Great shot on the first, gets to fall away. This is what they needed, making it more manageable, making it almost feasible. And keep in mind, Boo's not on the site yet. He's still further away. Miniboo's gone down, and now it's a 1v3. Now it's almost impossible. So much to worry about, so much to clear, and the deadlock util on top. This is hard to witness. Has to try and slip around the net a bit here. See if you can find maybe someone out of place, but they're not giving him any sort of play.
But he is 1 off of his Cosmic Divide. If he's able to find even 1 person there,
Obscuring vision.
but he's going to smoke and get away. He understands his life is way more valuable right now. He can drop a weapon to one of his teammates next round. Woot, Benji, they can purchase their own weapons. Miniboo, Riens, they need a handout. They need something.
They need something.
They need something. But this is like the 3rd, maybe even 4th. Yeah, we've seen this opening from Adacaptain. Teleport up onto those stairs, look for that mid fight. CNET sometimes going up there as well. YedaJ, obviously we've seen the Cypher on the first half. It was Benji Fishy going up, placing those cages, trying to deny that camera. But big brawls happening over at middle. And again, this plays so well into FUT's playstyle. Look for those opening kills.
On mids.
Well, they figured it out now.
Don't get caught by it again.
There you go. There's your lesson learned.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you ain't gonna fool me again.
Over there.
We are going to see them try and go for a purchase through this. Now it's going to be Rien suffering though on that Sheriff. A little bit of light armor out here. Miniboo. This is brave. They're still trying to scramble and scrap for that A main control. Make sure that FUT use a little bit of util on the way back in. But YedaJ again, they're going to be conditioned to have to be so worried about this here. Slip in a little bit further. Keep full eyes on this.
High-low setup.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
Thrash ready.
How long do they hold this? I mean, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, with the ult, that's
ready.
Actually pretty well handled. Yeah, this is fine. They held that off perfectly.
Caution here.
Don't even think that Thrash is going to be recovered, but YedaJ already up through middle, creating that option path for his teammates. CNED through the secret, loves that area. Oh, yeah, that's deadlock, actually.
Can't believe you
Placing a
blocked
trap there. Yeah, well, I was looking at the faraway screen and I'm old.
But the win on the extremity, right? Heretics take down Adacaptain, so they could shift
Benji.
towards that side, but he was just caught in no man's land. Maybe not expecting the pace of this. Oh!
What a whip.
CNED, that's sharp. That was real quick. Boo just gets deleted. And now they've won back out, right? All that space that maybe Benji could have had is free real estate. So they get to sit in a really comfy post plant, play off the site, don't need to overextend. And you look at the util that we've got left for Heretics, a little bit of kit for Rien, sure, a little bit of something for Woot, so they could get some pressure, but you're hoping that something just blindly works out, and that might be the job. There we go. Maybe get someone off the map for me. Crack's gonna find Woot, it's gonna be traded out, Rien's is there, and it's all going a little bit topsy-turvy. Crack's now in a 1v2. 26 HP. Another tap on the spike. He has to respond to this at some point. He has to take the risk. He has to take the swing, and he loses. Mini boot puts him down, and they do retake the site. They do recover this time.
That whip around that CNED got onto Bu on that site, I thought right in that moment, that's it, it's over.
Yeah.
He had the Cosmic Divide. That would have been like the difference maker in that retake. And somehow Team Heretics pulls through. Remember, Rian's only had a Sheriff in that round. The rest of his teammates... Insane. Rian's was the only one with a Sheriff. Everyone else had a Vandal because they had to save that previous round, right? So, I mean, pulling out that round is a huge task for Team Heretics. They managed to make it work. They have the Showstopper, 3 ultimates in total for the side of Team Heretics. And right now, FUT, they have Blade Storm, but their economy is kind of, you know, taking a big hit from there. One more round for Team Heretics can really set them onto the path towards victory right now on Team FUT's map pick.
Yeah, it's game back on this round, and it's going to be really tough to make it work. You've got to keep in mind the money. Oh, we've got a new cacophony being made.
Okay, what's he saying? You go.
I don't know.
I tried the first time.
No, I love it. I just want to watch it. Like, the difference between you get, like, occasionally Neil's, like, being like, yeah, you know, kind of like EMEA disappointed dad over in NA with Cloud9, and then you get, like, on the other side for FUT, just like this full performance. Outstanding, outstanding. But you're right, it's going to be a big round. Considering both economies aren't fully stable, we're still going to see a Guardian here or there. We're still going to see some light armor as well. On the other side, hell, you got, you know, Cena's got the Blade Storm at least, but Bulldog's coming into play, little bits and pieces missing here and there. So this is the one to make it count. This can either tie up the game 9 apiece, or maybe then FUT takes that next step. Knives are out.
Fully postured towards B as well. Pace change, usually it's been through middle. And now, out of Captain, dumping both of his smokes early.
Yeah, this has to be the go then. CNED. Careful to not get caught. Out of Captain commits.
Whoa.
Benji just coming back into that smoke at the very end of that TP. And CNED wants to take all that space back. Mr. Fallen is the one to find it. Maybe just a shot in the dark and it works out. But they'll take that. That gives them a plant and the post plant with all that util that they can now invest towards strengthening this.
Playing on the site is FUT. They realize that Cosmic Divide is out, but the Thrash, the Throw, Showstopper, those are going to be tremendous to retake the site if FUT play in this far.
Let's see. First contact really made his re-ends. That's the first body that they've seen. There's the first investment. There's the divide. Here is all that util, and here's Mini Boo clearing house. Re-ends gonna find CNED, and Mr. Fallen surrounded. Heretics in fine form here. Clean on the retakes, Josh.
Didn't even have to use that Showstopper. Mini Boo going in. Thrash detains one in the corner. Mini Boo doesn't even budge. Takes out the target that is a threat. Switches over to the one that is completely defenseless. Don't even know how that Aftershock takes out this other player. But right here, Out of Captain must be so kind of upset by that. Someone's on the rafters able to come back into the smoke and kill me just as I form. Oof, he was definitely expecting someone to be on the floor and not being able to deny that.
And just kind of rolling our minds back, right?
Yep.
When you looked at the start of the year, when you talk about the likes of Heretics especially, it was those retakes that made them special. Same with Carmine Core to an extent when they were in that real peak form. Those retakes always look so good for them, and seeing glimpses of that here is a fantastic reminder of how good this team can look. But we're at 9 apiece. It hasn't fallen too heavily on either side, but the cracks are starting to show with FUT. They've lost a little bit of that steam now. Who's going to start tilting this away in their favor?
Heretics definitely in a position to CNED, that hero Vandal. Out of Captain leading the pack though. Up through middle.
Yeah, this was working for them too. For a couple of rounds, they were punishing Benji. He was on the receiving end. CNED.
If it ain't broke.
Let's see if this works. Ooh, this is huge. That's on the platter. That was just tailor-made.
Okay.
Good response, though. Mini Boo gonna find him. Gotta look at how this scrap then goes. It's gonna be an absolute cluster over here. So far, Heretics coming out on top. 3 to the 2 players. Mr. Fallen's got himself a rifle, though. Yetta J still on the Sheriff. They can get a plant from this, but the numbers still sit in the hands of Heretics. You still have that paint shell there. You still have the kit from Voot. You've still got so much of that util to bank on. On this angle, gonna get cleared. Woods dealt with Yetta J so quickly that Mr. Fallen is gonna have to over-deliver and then some. And he's been spotted at the back of the site so many rounds now. And I think they know where he might be. That Mosh will force him forward. He has to swing. And he takes down one, but one is not enough. Heretics, another step in the right direction.
But looking so confident up through middle there. They have a good set piece with that paranoia, with the Dizzy, Cena dashing in and capitalizing on that. But it's almost like there's a web for Team Heretics, and there are a bunch of little spiders, or Benji's the queen spider, and as soon as he goes down, all the spiderlings come out and just swarm over all of Team FUT in that backhaul secret area.
Let's go!
That analogy was horrible, Josh.
Sorry,
I hated it.
you know,
I hated it.
it's a learning curve.
Yeah, but just
trying
not
to
spiders.
get there.
If we go anywhere
Not spiders?
but anywhere but spiders, that'd be great.
We're talking about an abyss. I'm sure there's some spiders.
No,
I'm
nothing.
talking about like the defensive web setup though.
I see
They
what you
move on their
mean.
web so quick.
I just don't know if I like it.
Just get across.
Fast pace beginnings. Oh, CNED had to be real quick to get out of there. Miniboo was chomping at that one. And now we see what they have to approach with. They have to re-clear all this space, and they're doing so quite quickly. Heretics already falling back towards this high-low setup. We saw too many rounds ago. Mid-pressure again. Looking for that 3-2 split. Ult to maybe signify the goer, and now we get the pressure. He's going to be cleared out as Miniboo. Woot now in the back lines looking surrounded. He is in trouble. Does he get to keep his life? I think he does. And a captain, oh, he wants it. Gun did come back out, but he didn't get there in time to really swing around the corner and any sort of fight back happen. So Plant going to be in.
Pretty high up barrier there.
You think that's why they meant it? Put it?
I don't think so. You know, that's my expert opinion, by the way.
I was just checking, just making sure.
Good defensive setup
Oh,
for this retake. Team Heretics going for it?
yeah, they're pushing through. With three of them still standing and no real way back to the site. They're just banking on maybe Rian's hitting some worldly shots, but he's got two, but he's going to have to find three more. And that clock is going to start ticking. Yeah, maybe you can find cracks, maybe you can find maybe Mr. Fallen, but the rest, no way. There's no one else going to give him a fight on this. And they know it. The time's running low. Rian's made a damn good go of it, but it's not going to be enough here. Nice try, but that scoreline ain't budging. We're staying right close to each other at 10 apiece.
Considering Team Heretics was up by a round before they went for that retake 3 versus 5, I'm shocked that they actually tried to go for it. That much time expired from the clock before they even initiated that retake. But it almost kind of worked.
It was close. Close isn't enough, but they still have a bye though. So I guess there's no harm, no foul in that regard, but still.
Still a buy, good response by FUT, realizing, hey, there's an aggressive push here towards A. Let's go back and punish it, get that split off with that thrash, and FUT tie it up.
And it looks like Heretics reading this as maybe a mid-piece, because they've got 3 players leaning that side. Yeah, the J's got to be on red alert here. They have already kind of dismantled that, and they've leant back towards B.
That off up for Miniboo, but not in the position. Maybe for that 1v1 versus Yeti J.
Okay, sights there, pressure. One caught on the way over. Aren't going to be coming in, denied. Benji doing his job here. Got to be careful though, almost got him body blocked on the way out, but Miniboo losing the angle on this. Going to be hard to deal with. I imagine that CNED up there. Yeah, Plant now for the second or third time of asking, but quick clear actually. It's Miniboo instantly to take down CNED. And they're clearing through the site so easily. Now the ult. Going to catch anyone? Nah. Absolutely not.
Sad.
Yeah. Oh. And FUT actually playing back towards site. They're still trying to sit on this one. You've got Mr. Fallen playing back deeper, but it's going to be cracks on site itself without a captain. And they're firing here. Back to all Valorant, but it worked out at least for a couple of kills. But the numbers now so unfavorable. But now the captain trying to do everything he can. He's got a fair fight on them. He's trying to make this so difficult. He's got players above, left and right. There's no more he could have done. Defuse is going to be fine. And Heretics keep moving forward, taking the lead now, ripping that scoreline further away.
That right there reminded me of Icebox, just top 410 looking down.
Yeah.
The players on that post plan. Crack's doing a really good job sitting back there, forcing all the defenders to come in. And when they have to push in this way, they don't really have the best way to move in, to stop, to be able to shoot accurately. Also, there's no follow-up, there's no trades. You have to put more and more bodies there, but you also have to cover these other angles. So it makes it very difficult for Team Heretics to get in. If Crack's got one more kill there, completely different equation. FUT, yeah, I mean, they're down around, timeout, disrupt that defensive positioning, and then make something happen. I want to see FUT doing something akin to that, just using that middle, but not extending through with that paranoia, CNET dash play.
I'd love to see that evolution But as it stands, it looks like we've got shades of what we've seen before. And Heretics should be aware of this. Oh no, a missed shot. Miniboo punished. CNED! You don't get to miss those sort of shots in that.
Here.
He's seen the follow-up, he's noted Rien, so what's the call now? It's an unrecoverable weapon as it stands. There's no way they can easily get their hands on it, but still, drawing the first blood like that is a dream come true.
CNED, no dash, but continues into middle here. Op, not recovered. And the hat from Yedajay trying to get up, get that information. Fast react towards B is definitely possible, only Boo to defend.
There we go. Got it. Yedajay. Not seen him much with this operator, but hell, it's gun. It's gonna hold at least any of the rotations. Nice damage done by Boo, but they still have bodies coming this way. Yedajay still in a really awkward position, and he might get that backline damage you were wanting, but a missed shot, and that time it gets punished.
That's Thrash as well.
30 seconds.
Getting that online could really secure this round if it gets too dangerous, but it'd need someone to over-deliver here. Actually, the captain gonna get himself a rifle and get out of danger. This is big. So does Woot invest? Yes, he does, and they need it as well. They've got to re-clear here. Heretics have been good at this, though, clearing out the site. Rien's again, finds CNED. Rifle falls to the next man. That's gonna be Cracks. Dizzy ain't gonna do it, but Ada Captain gonna get back on the site here. Can they get some crossfires? Can they get some trades? Oh, yeah, cleaner kill than that. Not good enough now. 3 players against you, and I love the idea from FUT, but the landing just wasn't there. They got the opening they wanted, they pivoted, they had a lurk, but I guess having an operator in that position wasn't ideal anyway, and another clinical retake from Heretics.
Doesn't matter how nice the flip looked if you can't stick that landing. Ada Captain, I love it. The Dizzy goes in, clears that position. He repositions into that area with that teleport. They don't even realize it. If he can convert that kill, beautiful play. But because he missed it, you know, sometimes it happens. Unlucky, really. And again, Team Heretics is able to pick up another round. They're on that map point, got that 12th round, and Cosmic Divide in play from Boo. Again, FUT in such a good position there through middle. I have to think they're going to use it again. There's no reason they don't.
Why wouldn't you? They've only been rewarded, and imagine if you had a rifle in that position or something a little bit better suited, it could have had such high value.
Up on that deep B line, A line right now for Miniboo. So dangerous for
That
Mr.
time
Paul.
it hits. That time we're starting to see the operators sing a little cleaner, hitting those high notes, and Boo. Oh, that's a ratty little spot, isn't it?
There's no way he gets cleared out here as well. This
Surely
is going to be, I think this is the beginning of the end.
Look at him. He's tucking the gun in. Doesn't want to get spotted.
Just need to have good trigger discipline.
He's going to hear that. He's going to be calling for it. But he can also check behind this and see if anyone's actually pushed up just yet. There's no way you clear this. There's zero chance.
Oh, it's so free.
Why did you speak? Why did you speak? He's still got 2 somehow. But Heretics now on the verge. A 4v1 and CNED already tagged up.
So that's what they mean by Caster's Curse.
That's the one. You finally saw it in full effect, and the death is okay. What is going on? We've had some weird misses here, but CNED trying to shut it down. Not gonna happen. Heretics closing out map 1. Yes, a close affair.
They've been looking a little bit rocky here and there. They lost a map against, what, like Gentlemates, Koi, Giant X, like all these teams. I think those were the teams. Don't quote me on that. So it's possible that Team Heretics could lose here to FUT. FUT have been looking strong all season, but
we'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, historically, this has been 2-0 City in favor to Heretics between these two. So maybe we buck the trend, though. Maybe that changes today. Maybe a 2-1. Who knows which way it goes. As it stands, it'll be FUT on the attack and Heretics on the defending side. And big info on the start, but no early commitments anywhere. Spike is over towards the A side of the map.
it's good information from FUT. They know Benji's B. They know he's playing the retake. They got the camera. They see that they're playing A. And now FUT waiting long enough to put that pressure on Team Heretics. Boo. He's gonna spot them. He needs to run. He needs to keep his life.
Yeah, looking at where FUT are approaching from, He has to be really careful with how he plays this, and I think he's reading it right, slipping all the way back towards CT.
Knife just re-cleared B main. Team Heretics knows exactly what's up, and they are shifting over. Maybe EMEA snuck out middle. They're going to go for that re-clear. Nope, going into A-Link. They want to go and stop FUT before they get to the site.
It's such a nasty lurk, maybe offset by Benji's timing, but still, as it stands, you're looking at the site itself, and a pre-take for Heretics. They're going right back in, and very early here, but the Paranoia going to catch and see it. Going to pick up two. Wu and Miniboo go down. Rien's Boo and Benji struggling now, and there's that late lurk coming into effect, clearing out, allowing all that focus straight through towards CT. As CNED catches 4, and FUT get the first.
Good start for FUT, and we're going to see them do a lot of the similar things that we've seen them do on this map. CNED going to walk around towards B, using that Gecko Dizzy from cracks, get that space, figure out what's going on, diagnose what that setup is. Where is Benji? That's going to be the name of the game, avoiding him or trying to disarm his traps before hitting him, knowing that Team Heretics plays for this retake. So, Team Heretics, are they going to do a gamble stack here? They always do it when they're on Classics. Here, they've got 2 Sheriffs, though.
Okay, it's going to be Miniboo and Boo. You can do the damage. FUT taking their time. EMEA still showing presence here, that Dizzy. Straight through the window, and now the captain got the angle. But slowly building towards A. Boo's still trying to shoulder that, but I think he's feeling like, again, has to be quite safe. If they're going for these 4-1 splits, he has to play carefully. And there's a pause here. FUT may be waiting to see if anyone overextends, if any information is given away.
The group is coming. CNED regrouping towards A. FUT.
Oh, I thought that second could have hit there, but no. Had a captain clean enough with the ghost to take down Boo. But they're not moving quickly here. The backline will be pressured soon. Trip will have to be broken, so they know that they're on the way now. But should be able to speed up a little towards site. And they've cleared it out.
Should be free. Team Heretics looking to do damage. Already Benji looking to box him in on that back line. 3 defenders coming in from spawn. They have no smokes to work with.
Oh!
But they got a Sheriff.
And maybe that's enough to at least start this off. 3 players now.
Flank trip broken, that's pressure. EMEA, eyes locked in on it.
He has to stay to this. He has to commit to this, and if they get the timing right, it's going to split the attention. And he tries. He makes it go over, but it's EMEA with a bigger weapon. The better shot. Takes down Benji. Now, pressure elsewhere. CNED going to be surrounded. A flying Miniboo with the trade for Rien's. And EMEA being the hero of the hour. And Wood can't do it with the classic. A nice try, and certainly damage done. But FUT make it through with the second.
If that round has taught me anything, it's not about the size of the weapon, it's how you use it. Right there, the classic. Doing a lot of damage. The Sheriffs as well for Miniboo and Boo. Getting those openings. EMEA with that Outlaw was able to do enough. But he upgrades up, and it's going to be a bonus round for Team FUT. Right now, they have that showstopper, and we've seen what they do with it before. They like this fast speed play.
Eco, boys. Good job.
But will Team Heretics read this? Will Benji Fishy be caught in the open?
Benji, you better be ready. You know what's coming. CNED, it's not the first, and it won't be the last time he does it. Benji, how are you alive? How are you alive? Lucky boy on 15 here. And he's at least slowed the roll, right? He's done well enough to be able to deny that early springboard in towards B, but it felt like a coin flip.
That was so close. Like, I saw it happening. FUT does this so regularly. CNED always has a showstopper on these types of rounds and sends it in through B main. But that re-clear on mid doesn't catch anyone.
I think he caught a couple. They've definitely seen some, but Miniboo wants right on in. It's back-to-back kills for Heretics, clearing out middle. Nice little playback through there, being proactive with the high flash being sent in. And now it's down to EMEA and Mr. Fallen to try and find any sort of value they can. Can they cost him a rifle or 2? They make this harder. Already spotting the player close by. That being EMEA. Won't be able to fall too far away from this. But Heretics showing a little bit of caution here. Still, information aplenty. This should be clean, and it is. Quick work in the end after that first real dangerous moment.
Looking like a deja vu of the last game. If it does continue to go the same way as Abyss, but should be picking up this round here. But Team Heretics with an Andalusia Flawless, meaning they might be able to steamroll into this next round. Very close to some ultimates, but re-ends, couple off. This is a great re-clear on mid, that KO flash, that Neon stun sliding out and capitalizing on that stun flash combo was a really nice thing to see. He sent 3 of them.
It's nice hearing them being kind of confident though, like happy amongst each other, because they've been, I mean, you can tell that these guys came off the back of Madrid. They've had a really busy season. You'd imagine if they were maybe older players or, you know, a little bit longer in the tooth, let's say, they might have been struggling with some of that, but no, they've come back in still refreshed, still happy to be here. Early work as well coming out from Heretics, trying to take over that A main pressure. Miniboo putting his life on the line for us, and there was utility to set this up.
While this pressure's happening at A for FUT, 3 players have stolen B main.
The stun, Miniboo's affected, and Boo goes down. I thought both of them could have held that then. Maybe Miniboo wanted to save the day, but they've won out on B. It's the floodgates are open. Yeah, the spike's not picked up, but the others can try and gather that on the way back around. This is huge. Even got pressure towards middle as well from out of Captain. It's perfect. They had everything wrapped up with a bow in this. Woot is going to be dead here as FUT perfectly respond.
And Andalusia flawless in response to Team Heretics. But the one silver lining for Team Heretics was that they were able to keep 5 players alive in the previous round, which means here they have their guns. Neon, Miniboo, he can even use his jazz hands if he wants to go for that. But again, right now, FUT in a pretty good control over the game. We see them kind of splitting off in these 2 packs. It's usually CNED with Cracks, and then it's Ada Captain with Mr. Fallen. Those are the 2 kind of push and pull factors of this attack right now, where we see them take B main, then they push back A, then they go B, and they have these nice little tempo changes.
Once again, yeah, Miniboo's not getting what he wants here. FUT actually really addressing this now with bodies behind it. Look at how the Captain.
Is he gonna come back and flash again?
He's just gone with the swing. Double swing! What? And it's rewarded! Audacious play and pandemonium to even find Mr. Fallen as well.
The walk out to B, it's going to get the site, but it's not going to do much more than that at the end. But not even in a position to capitalize off of it because the spike is still in spawn. Yedajay still holding that A push to see if Miniboo goes all the way through. But already the reset from the defenders from A going back into middle, reading that the next play might be Yedajay through middle. But if they overextend here, if they peek,
Have the spike.
It's all about timing.
might lose that advantage.
They knifed to see if anyone was pushed up towards that kind of like mid-pillar, but no one was. So they've played it on the erring on the side of caution, which might be the right call here. Drifting back towards a holding, a more standardized approach. God, they're desperate to find out where these guys are. The knife in, the owl drone. We can see where they've slipped through towards. Crack's gonna try and get a little bit deeper towards CTs. On the backside of pillar now. Got them some safety. They've got a late mid presence from Yedajay. Still scary times for Heretics, and Cracks with a freebie. Finds Riens and can now drift away a little bit deeper.
That's Thrash online now for FUT as well that they could use in this. Team Heretics was so comfortable going for that 5 versus 3 retake, giving up that site. But now, only in a 4 versus 3. Starting to come in here. Don't expect that op on Yedajay.
It's tricky. Top rate is huge. So here he comes. Miniboo trying to slide on in, but it's Cracks to find him. And now there's problems, but they're going to get halfway, at least on the spike here. Benji ain't moving. Trying to be ice cold about this, but the trades are coming out effective for FUT. A 2-to-1. And Boo, the last man alive, trying to do what he can, but he's just, oh my god, how did he get Cracks there? But he's got to go. He has to find this kill, and he can't. Yedajay lives to fight another day, and FUT move forward.
That is an unreal 3 versus 5 there. And it wasn't even Cracks that got that spike plant. He would have had his Thrash online off of the plant. He doesn't get that plant, but he gets that opening kill. And that's 2 kills basically for FUT to equalize the situation before Team Heretics is able to do anything relevant. Team Heretics just playing too much into their strength is the retakes. So why not go for it? Give up the B site. Hey, when you guys go there, cool. We're fine retaking 5 versus 3. How are we going to lose this? We got like a 99% success rate. Well, there's the 1%.
And now they're going to be suffering the consequences. Probably a timeout.
A little bit more passive. Let FUT start, waste a bunch of time, then start develop into the round, and then trap them somehow.
Let's see if that's maybe what they go for. Already seeing FUT look like they're eyeing up middle. And yeah, Heretics kind of going through what we expect to a degree. It's the 4 sheriffs and just then Miniboo with that classic. He can invest the ult if he feels it's the right time to do so.
We see the defensive pings as well. They have a feeling that this type of play is going to happen.
Here we go.
It's not the wrong read.
Paranoia deep. Yedajay.
Miniboo's trying to hunt down that one player on the other side, which he might get. He might get Yedajay, but Yedajay just swats him back into the next round. They've kept control. They've got middle. They can pivot where they want. They've taken down Miniboo, and they fancy that B site. Benji's been having a hard time holding on to this one. 0-4 so far. Rough game for him. And the site should be fully in hand for FUT.
No real openings in as well. At a captain holding that back line. Oh, that's just shadow stepping at each other.
Spike planted.
So close. Oh my god, just catching glimpses here and there. And now Crack's the one to be pressured first. Nice shot from Woot. That's a good step, but still, FUT have this back line. Now going to be under scrutiny from Boo. And Yedajay's just holding on. This man just finds critical kills time and time again. Rienz, though, might seen it. Maybe they can pressure the spike here, but it's going to be difficult. Mr. Fallen keeping eyes on. Yedajay waiting in case anyone tries to get close. How do they get rid of it? Well, that's a shot. And now there's a couple of problems. Mr. Fallen, it's all on you. A 1v2, and he wants halfway at the very least. Benji's got that, and Rienz has the shot. Heretics never down and fully out here, gonna find themselves a second.
What? Okay, well, I mean, Team Heretics, they're good at the retakes. You know, the 5v3s, those are the hard ones. The easy ones are the 4 versus 5. You're on eco. Okay, doesn't really make sense, but go on. And we got a bunch of ultis up for Team Heretics as well.
What the
Rolling Thunder.
bro?
True.
That was so clean.
That was pretty clean. One off ultimate for CNED. They have Mr. Fallen on that Rolling Thunder. We've seen them do these mid to B splits with that Rolling Thunder ready for this market area. It might come off of a little bit of a slow opening here. Miniboo,
Oh, he's going.
so aggressive.
Fully off the leash, he just wants to keep going, and he's found a potential victim. But the slow, the stuns, everything being thrown in at them. Lovely shot from Rienz cross map. They've still found their man. They've drawn first blood. What's the response from FUT now? Do they pause? Do they hit the brakes, or do they quickly pivot?
Try to quickly pivot, but if Team Heretics is able to come in to that 5 versus 4 retake using that KO ultimate to shut down all the abilities, the timing peak.
Oh my
what?
god.
There it goes. What?
No, what are we up to? That felt so out of sorts, so...
Why have they done
the
this?
timing, what is going on between these two?
Down B.
Suddenly it's getting messy here. Yedajay's look now has to be sped up. He can't just sit back and wait. You've got Ada Captain getting out there, does
Get the
have
spike.
TP, can get away with that one. Oh my god, I thought he was sticking around for a second then,
I think
jeez.
he just wanted the info, but Yedajay is completely cutting off all the rotations through spawn. So right now, Ada Captain needs to make this decision. 40 seconds. Wherever he goes, he needs to commit. And Team Heretics knows Boo has his ultimate. He can quickly reposition if he needs to. But right now, they're just gambling towards B. If it's A, cool, we go together.
30 seconds
Yedajay
left.
needs to get 2 on this rotation. But right now, Miniboo, reclearing B main. Rest of the team through spawn,
Cage
and
triggered.
Yedajay
So
knows that
much
they're all
pressure.
here.
So much pressure on him though. They know about his lurk, so they've got to be paranoid about this, or at least they should be. They seem to be completely none the wiser.
No, not again.
Boo! A
10
quick
seconds
flick and
left.
it's job done. Now it's on Ada Captain to
Spike
basically
planted.
clutch here. What can the one man achieve? Desperate to get a kill, and I like the timing on this. He's actually threading the needle quite well.
Going out.
Going to invest the smoke, but he's got to keep an eye on the spike at the very least. He can't let it completely go out of hand. Oh, he's just about dodging these bullets here. Pulling the Neo, but still the tap on the spike. You can see that it's not a commitment. He's waiting on this.
They're waiting. They have time.
They both have, oh my god, but now they're down at least a player here. They've got to play this to perfection. Ada Captain trying to just toy with their minds. Oh my god, Ada Captain. Rienz. Thought you might have balls of steel on that one, but it's Ada Captain. Oh, I thought he could have had that clutch. I thought it was all his. A 1v3 was beckoning, but it wasn't to be. Rienz does get the defuse, and Heretics get another round.
You know, I've been up here not that long,
Sure.
but I've been up here enough times to see Ada Captain in a man disadvantaged situation as Omen with the spike in a very similar position, winning 2v3s, 3v5s from, and I'm like, oh, am I gonna see that again? And it came so damn
So
close,
close.
right? That's, yeah.
Yeah, he's so clutch. Genuinely, he's such a clutch player. You felt that was right on the wire there.
When I saw that peak from Woot, losing that KO ultimate in the at market in that
Oh
5
my
versus
God.
4, what's going on?
It just felt just pandemonium, and it feels like we're going to see more of that.
What's it?
Brawl.
Oh my god!
This just feels ridiculous. Miniboo's the one to come out on top here, Cened's the one to fall, but still, they're putting so much behind this, so much of a scrap. They're just throwing Miniboo into the blender, but he keeps coming out on top.
Catching FUT off guard, and FUT is usually so safe in their openings. Instant reaction into middle, reclear with the drone. They have that KO flash as well if they need it.
Right here.
Yeah, it looks like Heretics getting the tempo, getting the read, getting the beat of what FUT want to do with this. But still, trying to deal with them, even with the right ideas, is no easy task. And they've completely repositioned to this stack towards top middle. Maybe expecting this is the next reaction. Is it the right call? It was, but the gun in the way, but there's still enough numbers here. The Heretics come out on top. Wood this time gonna go for the ult as well. They now know about Ada Captain. They don't quite know about J or Mr. Fallen, but they can make a good guess on this one. Mr. Fallen may be the one to find a shot here to help out. He can! And that's huge! But still, the numbers sitting pretty favorably here. But the position of this fight is everything out of Captain again! So goddamn clutch when it matters. And now Boo left in the 1v2 this time. Can he get the res? Makes a tap towards it.
30 seconds
Should be able to. No crush in the door here. Res is up, and we're back to 2 apiece. But now they know his position.
Sneaky position as well.
This is nice from J. Should be rewarded.
They found my wife.
Caster's Curse. I'm not going to say anything because last round he had something similar.
But the timing, that positioning should be so good. And Ada Captain, if you won't do it, I will. J not going to be able to get there in time just yet. Going to have to speed up if he wants to catch Boo. And now, whoa, what a shot from Boo!
Smoke for Spike.
10 HP. And they haven't seen J. Are they starting to think maybe he's on the lurk? When does that penny drop? It's so well positioned. Come on, Boo! The curse holds true. And Heretics get another. J's positioning was exceptional, Josh, but it just didn't work out again.
You know, that's got to be so sad that J gets killed because of his teammates' one-way smoke that was positioned there just earlier. Oh, that's so sad. Because, yeah, you're absolutely right. Boo's like, wait a minute. He hasn't tried to trade his teammate. The site's free. He hasn't peeked me yet. Got to be on that flank. Turns around, still has it up. Oh, man. And jumping through that one-way smoke as well. He had the TP on the box, so he jumped through. And I don't think Ada Captain was ready for it. They wait. They got all of them to dump next round, and Team Heretics would just have one more round lead.
Alrighty, 3 more seconds and we're back underway here. So many ults, but not the weapons to back it up. Benji feeling brave enough, even spotting that Zenith has that ult in hand to still try and make a play here. Now he's going to be under pressure though, and this is the adjustment team that maybe expecting that Benji was going to sit safer for a main, but the quick adjustment through from Market, they get their man. B site now open, the plant should be there and it should be safe. You're still looking at these rifles. One's been picked up in the hands of Zenith, and one with cracks. Next string of attention is over towards this Market approach.
J.
Again, this timing is so good. Now he's rewarded, and he even wants a little bit more. Woot's going to shut him down, but you look at the numbers. It's a 2v4.
Wow, Benji getting caught there. Team Heretics already calling that save. Did not expect that fast play. Did not expect those ultimates to come through. Like, obviously, you're thinking, they're probably going to ego here. Maybe they don't use these ultimates. But again, FUT just get into middle for free because Team Heretics doesn't really contest that. They contest A lot. Benji breaking the camera towards B, showing that they're going to be weak in middle. FUT taking that space, and they still save that Rolling Thunder. But Cena, big opening with that showstopper through that middle area. And now FUT are able to take the lead off the back.
Well, it's what you
low
wanted,
investment.
right? This was what you wanted to see them kind of like
absolutely.
a little set piece to an extent. I mean, just building off of maybe one of those ults, deciding to use it early rather than late, and it worked. They got Benji, site was available, and J finally rewarded for those lurks.
And now Team Heretics on a low investment round. They have light shields on 3 of the players. Benji, I don't think he can afford anything. So what does J do? Outlaw out, probably going to control that middle area. He loves playing around bottom middle, in tiles, controlling those rotations and creating options for his teammates to fall back.
Just a little farmer with that weapon.
It's a good weapon.
Oh, it's so good. And a captain. Can have the light on, but oh, big damage. What was the follow-up? Okay, both of them walk away.
Very low.
Pretty rough. They might go on this. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty confirmed damage. Maybe not so much towards Mr. Fallen, but they certainly know they sent out a captain scurrying away.
Benji Fishy. Now his classic's looking real dangerous. But off the site they play because they know that Rolling Thunder is going to just demolish them if they play on the site.
Yep, you're right.
Entry coming in from CNED.
Yeah, he's got the sight for them. Done his job. Paint Shell going to make him shift a little closer. Cena just not go too far here. Teenage, you don't want to go too far here, do you? A trade for out a captain, but he's the one on 2 HP. He's got to back away here. Again, we're getting a little scary. There's a couple of weapons now left loose. You got Rienz with the rifle, Woot with the rifle, Benji got himself one as well.
Rolling Thunder available. He just can't hit his teammates with this as he does it. It's going to come in as soon as that spike gets tapped.
Waiting for it now. Woot gonna find cracks real quick. Paranoia didn't find it, but it's gonna connect towards so many here. Time to go farming. Yedajay claiming 2 lives already. Rienz and Woot have a couple more seconds till that clock starts ticking quickly, and they know it, and they're getting to damn work. Already down to the 1v1, and Woot trying to do what he can, but the swing's so right. Yedajay underlining the round, and FUT taking a further lead now.
Team Heretics letting this gap widen on their best map, their map pick as well, 4-6 on their defense right now, but going into a little bit of a gun round here, they do have light shields only on 5 of the players. Yedajay, if he went for the outlaw here, would be huge. Sometimes you're watching this, you're seeing 2 HP on Ada Captain, but that outlaw coming in huge for Yedajay. He's able to switch to that Vandal and close out the last 2 players to get a nice little clutch in the end there.
Nice, Debo.
It's nice to see him rewarded, though, because he had some real heartbreaking rounds where it just, as I said, unlucky timing here and there, awkward positioning, instantaneous reward, and back into things. Couple of ults still in play. Mini Boo's got his, Boo's got his. On the other side, Yedajay's got theirs as well, but the rest were used up by FUT, as we noted. Rien's pretty close by with 2 ult orbs until he achieves his. So 4-6, and FUT with a different approach, pace change.
Team Heretics as well with a different approach. They have 3 towards B now. They didn't do any opening contact towards A this round, and instead they have a double A kind of bait and switch setup here with Big Bro and Little Bro. And Boo's been in this position before on that pixel gap, but they haven't had Mini Boo sitting in this corner before. Now they might timing swing into this. Goes wide.
Hello. Gonna see all of them. Boo's now on a platter. Does he get out with his life already? You can see where Dizzy was able to get that flash towards, but he's made it out of sight. This guy is fortunate. He's off ski. He's out of there. Got to be careful on this cross, though.
Okay.
Oh my god. Ooh, I thought he might have had that. Rienz, though, keeps things at least within touching distance. But look at CNED trying to shift up a bit closer. He could have a fight on Benji here, but it's Woot joining him. So a 1v2, 1 right, 1 left, but it's CNED still. That knife will give away that he was close. Not quite sure where, but still close enough. They've got to be careful. And now the swing, and that's not a clean enough shot. Benji takes that first step. Now it's on Yedajay. Clutch before, can he clutch? Again, not this time. Heretics closing the gap up to 5. The game is still very much live between these two.
Really good decision making there by Boo, getting out the way he did. He knew he was getting hunted down. Shadow steps away, and as soon as his teammates are close enough that they can trade, they go out, they peek, they get the 2-for-1 on the players coming out of elbow there. And I love how in that 3 versus 2 retake for Team Heretics, instantly Rienz is droning through spawn, getting all that information. Nobody's close here. That means that they're either pushed back into elbow or they're in A-link. And the time that Benji and Woot took together to knife, to jiggle out all the angles, to wait for that peek from CNED, deal with him, just slowly encroaching. They have so much time to work with. Beautifully played, they keep 3 alive, and they secure that round.
And it's the fact that Minibu goes back to this.
Is he gonna, wait, is he gonna so vault them in the back?
Wait to see, or yeah, it looks like that might be the case already across the map here. Paranoia coming in, Boo's in trouble once again. This guy is just constantly under pressure, constantly being chased down. This time doesn't opt to go all the way towards CT. They've still got safety on short. They still have Woot there to keep that secure, so he doesn't have to fall all the way back, but it is a 4v4. Stacking up a little towards the short side. And it's a pause. Again, all this fight happened above a minute. There's still a minute 10 on the clock here, so plenty of time to slow things down.
Camera has that mid info, and Benji's popping it on just 5-second intervals. Trip's got control over B. Setup is maintained for Team Heretics.
Big info on the knife. One way reinvested. Cage is a response, but now they focus towards maybe elbow. You can already see that play back in from Woot, going to push himself towards the site. That's a little bit dangerous, still on the line. He needs Boo with him, and now here comes the hit. With the Dizzy and the stun, they are looking so vulnerable, looking so easy to clear, and they are! FUT walk the site on the re-hit. It was just so well crafted on the timing. Now Benji and Rienz trying to play this back in. That's a lot of bodies to clear. That's a 2v4. You got to look at the post-plant positioning. Mostly tucked towards site with a little bit of an offset from Mr. Fallen. Swing together. I don't know if he saw enough. It feels like he did. Maybe a step or two even potentially heard. Going all the way around, but it's going to be matched. It's going to be met with a similar look from Mr. Fallen, with no pressure elsewhere. They're starting to get a bit paranoid, but he's got the flash still, but he might get pushed off this angle. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Benji would have to go nuclear to do anything. It's looking like FUT are teed up to take the lead even further away. Oh my god! Oh! Benji,
No,
stop it, stop it! I was wrapping up the heart, Benji. Relax a little. Simmer down. You're not meant to be able to do that sort of stuff. Give me the replay of that, please.
That was crisp.
God damn, that was so close.
It was very close, crisp shots in the end there, but not enough to secure the round. And right there, that needs to go in a folder, a bookmark of how not to play those types of 4 versus 4 situations, because right there was well played by FUT, great utility usage, the combination of the abilities, getting onto the site with the Dizzy, the positioning, the cages to kind of deny that one-way smoke. I'm just wondering why Team Heretics thought that it was a good idea to try to hold A from A-Link there when they have that camera watching middle, they have a double up in market, playing the retake on B. Yeah, that was so...
It's giving me whiplash seeing that.
Right?
Like, god damn, how is...
Yeah.
Jesus.
Fast opening here.
Oh yeah, you're
They
right.
got that, you know, neon.
Yeah, why
Little
not?
sprinty CNED on that Sheriff again. He had a 4K opening on that first half here. FUT trying to disrespect the smoke. Yep, they did this. They did this on Abyss as well in their defense. Close down the map.
There is a play keeping an eye on this. Boo.
Heretics. They're already moving back.
Oh, a nice attempt at damage, but Cracks is so sharp.
They're so close though. Team Heretics. FUT don't expect this.
Surely not. Oh, but the timing. Now they're going to hear those tippy-tappies over towards tiles, and they're going to just shift away. They get themselves back towards site. This is a lovely little kind of like assassination from FUT, and CNED wanted to pick back up where he left off on map 1, but not going to be the case. Okay, now this is where we get a little too dangerous. Now we got to be careful here. We're in a 3v3. It was looking like FUT had all the right approaches for a minute.
3 versus 3, and Team Heretics knows it's only one more player here. Right now, we gotta go quick. We gotta kill him before the rotates come in.
And they know he's on site. Off the back of that knife, they've got to know that he was around this position, and yeah, indeed, he's gonna be committed to it, but they've been stalled out. Heretics taking their time here. The flash comes in. Mr. Fallen tries to send a quick flash before he went down, but it wasn't gonna be. So now a 2v2, back and forth. No plant, 20 seconds. It's getting dangerous. They know about one, but they don't know about J. Maybe looking to identify, but this one's close by here. The right click not good enough, and cleaned up. Benji gonna do well in the pistol, and the score gets tied right back up, nice and close in just a moment's time. It feels like if Heretics keep this sort of thing up.
If Heretics hesitated even one more second in running into that A site, it could have been disastrous for them.
I thought it already was.
Ada Captain already coming out with the paranoia. Once I saw that, I'm like, oh, it's done for. That cage from Benji to let them flood out of elbow, that was a lifesaver for them. And I love how in that 2 versus 2, they didn't instantly try to plant behind that safe box and just like sit there pivoting. I love how they alleviated the pressure. Push into A-Link, get that kill on J, and now they can play out the round. Or whoever was there.
Now can they make it all even? Boo. Gonna see the entirety of FUT. And actually, that's a Bulldog to be picked up, and Benji's only got that Ghost, so he has to slip away and respect this a little bit. They're gonna speed up on site and probably get that plant down quite quickly, but that back line is a problem. Benji's got to play his life here, because FUT have done really well to recover this.
Spike planted.
They carry on this way.
But Benji's only got a Ghost. His life isn't super important right now. Making sure he stays alive to disrupt this retake timing as best as he can. That is his goal right now. FUT need to ignore him and just go for that retake. But they're walking in. They're hunting him one at a time.
And he's good for it on the first. He is being closed down on, so... Oh, I thought he got away. CNED, really nice tracking to follow him up and over, but it is a 3v3. There's that Ghost, but, I mean, as I said, not exactly a prize possession. There. Do you like that lineup? He's been working on that for hours, man.
Might need to hit a custom and try that out.
Yeah, sorry, we'll get demos one day, don't worry about it. For the rest of it, though, just going to opt for the spike here. No real use kind of carrying any of that on. I thought they could have a bit more threat to that, especially with that Bulldog pickup at the bottom and middle. Maybe speeding up to try and get past Benji would have been the more ideal option, but you know, it's trying to pick your poison at that point.
It's either go for the round win and ignore Benji, or go for as much damage as you can, retrieve as many weapons as you can, and you know, try to hunt him down, alleviate some pressure, force them into an area, hope that they come into you. They didn't. Unlucky. They denied a weapon. It did a lot of damage.
But it's a decent bonus, though. If you look at this, they've still got, what, 3 rifles, the Sheriff with Boo, yeah, the SMG on Miniboo, but that's not that bad when you're on Neon. You can just run and gun. Oh, okay, well, it's not that great.
If there was follow-up, maybe.
Yeah, theoretically. And yeah, the spacing, not great.
I'll flash.
Yeah, that's nice.
Beautiful.
Oh, he's screwed. CNED tried to turn it in time, but the support's there. Cracks out of the captain, keeping control of the line. Rien's, the offset of the timing doesn't work out well enough for him. He can't counter-swing that. So down to Rien's and Woot. They do have the rifles in this bonus. So they are still a little bit more dangerous. You've got to pay them enough respect here. Don't give too much away. Knife back in 7. Trying to play together here. And it's beautiful. FUT really well controlled on that push up towards A there. They did everything right.
Boxed in at the end there by Yedajay. And Team Heretics trying to use that bonus round, trying to use that Neon to get a little bit aggressive there. Tanking that Dizzy flash, who cares? Keeps going forward. If there was a layered flash from Woot there for Miniboo there, maybe that could have worked out. Or maybe he needs to pause and wait for his teammates' spacing to get a little bit better because he is Neon. He gets to go super wicked fast.
Nice!
So right here, first gun round, and Team Heretics needs to at least do damage to FUT because FUT, they had so many players alive that round.
But looking to strengthen this, and if they do...
Fast beat fight.
Uh-oh, Paranoia, Dizzy, and they're going to commit to oh my god, to hunt this one down. CNED, that paint shell went in, and it's going to be Rien's who's suffering. 31 HP. They're not going to know how much damage they've done, but they've sent them, running the hell away more than anything, looking for maybe a response through middle, maybe pressure market. But it's such a stack on this side of the map.
The next phase of this could be towards middle.
Deploying
It's looking like that. It is for FUT, but the reclear on B main from Team Heretics right now. They're going to see nothing here. Expect it to be weak and potentially walk straight into a trap. Miniboo in a prime position to disrupt just whatever, anything. And already Boo is walking up, creeping towards A. He's going to realize fairly soon, it's just the Cypher here playing the retake. He's going to have to call his teammates back.
I want to see if he can break some utility to actually draw bodies off of this B site. Because right now it's 3 players posted. Yeah, they've got 35 seconds. If you're going to do something, do it now.
At least they have a Neon that can sprint across. As soon as he sees this trip, he realizes this is a retake A. Give the spike to the Neon. Get him out of there. Because 30 seconds, you got to make a decision. You got to move.
They're trying to keep going this way?
Okay.
I mean, you're walking into a massacre. CNED's here, so it's back to the wall. Valorant, they are against the odds. And those odds are stacked in their face. 14 seconds now. They're trying to pull it out. A mistake on this round here has cost them a real opportunity, and 9 rounds of FUT. FUT did everything right. They just hold the site, have faith in the setup, and it worked wonderfully.
Team Heretics had to have thought, okay, you know what's going to happen here? They do all this aggression towards B main, then they're going to reset into A. There's no way they can stick around here, especially after we drone reclear and everything. But once Boo got all the way up, broke the trip, and did not get responded on by CNED, by Mr. Fallen flashing him, anything like that, he needs to be calling them back and saying, hey, look, I got all the way up, I broke the trips, I know it's a retake A from Cypher, and there's no one contesting me. So they're going to be stacked B. Like, that is his cue. And yeah, well, they don't do that. They lose the round. Team Heretics, they have 1 Vandal on Boo. The rest of them, low buy.
Standing ahead.
These fast openings haven't been working out for Team Heretics. Stealing that mid space this round off that A pressure.
As it stands, that third map becoming a real reality here.
Camera down, pulling the rotations, defense.
FUT, I just feel like they're in the right places. They've been positioning so nicely for this. CNED put to task in case they try and slip top middle, but we're seeing Heretics slip away from that.
It stressed the defense. They are worried right now about this mid pressure into market as well because of that camera down, but FUT not caring, ripping towards A, re-clearing.
Yeah, the Dizzy got a shot, but there's no way you expect 3 players here, right? There's, oh my god, Woot's got, no, this is not how this is meant to happen. This is how you get punished?
I know exactly.
This isn't meant to be the round that it all falls down. I thought they had the right idea, but maybe that little bit of pressure, that little bit of paranoia from that pressure top middle was enough to force them forward. And now you're seeing the consequences. Now you're seeing the site under that Heretics banner. The plant's gonna be in, and it's down to Fallen and Yedajay to try and fight back through this, and an individual attempt isn't gonna be enough. Mr. Fallen does evade the paranoia, and he's got a couple of targets here, but Pinhead's hard to hit towards, so Benji's just going to slip off from this one, sit a little deeper, depend a touch more towards Miniboo.
He's called Benji a Pinhead?
Yeah.
All right. You know, I've said this before, but we've said this before. These aren't the rounds that you're supposed to be winning. 1 versus 3 for Mr. Fallen.
Oh my god, stop it. Stop it. Why have you said that? Because now it's starting to happen. He's got one to the right and one to the left. Oh my god, what is going on? What are these individual fights? There we go.
He didn't get a half.
Oh my.
He doesn't have time.
It's fine. I need to speak to my therapist after some of these rounds.
If he stuck it to half, that actually could have been winnable. But
100%.
on those sheriffs, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like this is Team Heretics. They shouldn't be winning that round, especially like the rounds that they should be winning, they're losing. The rounds that they should be losing, right here. Beautiful opening, beautiful second follow-up from Woot here to get into this game. But here, this is going to be a very interesting round. Everyone's got guns now. We've got a few really big, powerful ults. Rian's has Thunder's Fury. Woot has his ultimate on KO right now, can disable a lot of things. CNED has his Showstopper, and Krax has Thrash.
And when we talk about FUT, I think it was just a Heretics timeout. And again, this actually might work well for FUT to kind of keep them back on a level and pick them up, because you saw the death slam from CNED, you saw the frustration.
They're going straight into this B play. They have the ultimates to follow it up.
Fast mid piece though coming out on the other side as well. CNED clearing straight through tiles.
Yeah, but he can't get too close to KO ultimate.
Oh, no, he can't. Already going to send in the Showstopper. Heretics have the site control.
They're not using their ults.
Nope. Now they are.
There we go.
There it is, countered, dealt with, and a fight to be had. Mini Boo standing, holding the line. Can he get out with his life? He does! How the hell is he getting out of that? 30 HP, and he's still sticking around. He's still going to be a nuisance, and he's still hitting just as hard. Yeta J, it's time to back off and say this was called from the start, but that pace change was devastating.
Boom, headshot.
No one is old enough
Really
to know
showing
that.
my age.
No one is old enough to know that.
FPS Doug.
Yeah, that was the first person I ever got like starstruck by. I remember meeting them at like a Katowice or something. They did some like filming back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And it was like meeting like both of them, and I was like, oh my god, that's
That's
them.
them.
That's that guy.
Everyone knows you run faster with your knife out.
Literally, I felt like a fan. Fan mentality. But right now, I'm a fan of what we're seeing on the screens. 9-9. Heretics with a very quick pace change, but a nice investment of the ult. Well, you know, Woot kind of investing that just off the back of the counter to Krax there as well. It worked wonderfully to keep control on that pressure.
Now we get a FUT timeout.
Yep.
And this is at the point of the game where they're kind of slipping up a little bit. They're letting the game get away from them. And what they need to do is not let their emotions get away from them. And I'm going to quantify this, okay? I'm not going to just say something about like Vibe Merchant or you know, momentum based. What I'm going to say is when they start to lose rounds like this, it appears to me that they start to game. If they try to do it before Team Heretics shows their hand, they might slip up and continue to give Team Heretics a huge berth.
Okay, 9-9 here. Still a purchase in the hands of FUT. It's not a good one. There are stingers coming out. There is a sheriff for Krax. But these guys hit harder than a truck sometimes with these weapons, so don't write them off just yet. See if that gets broken towards middle. Yeah, lovely. God, the observers. Josh, you were never doing bits like this.
What do you mean?
You were never doing bits like this. Little flash and a swing towards middle.
Stop.
And already they've cleared through mid. They've seen nothing, so everything unnoted so far. No idea what FUT are up to.
Team Heretics broke that trip. They stressed middle. Benji
Deploying drone.
going towards B main at the same time as the re-clear towards A.
Last time they stressed middle, it was almost an overreaction towards A. We saw them have that triple stack over on that A side that cost FUT the round. Now Heretics doing something similar to a degree, but not following the same pathing. Now, looking to pace back in towards that B site.
CNED sputtered at A. They think FUT is stacked there. Only 2 defenders towards B. That rolling thunder is there.
Go still.
Takes too long.
Yeah, getting slowed down a little here, but there's still the 2 on the site. Yeta J, one of them, Mr. Fallen. Oh, just trying to get ahead of it again. Mr. Fallen now just tucked towards back killer. He gets kind of a surprise fight. That's a ridiculous follow-up, though. Mr. Fallen desperately trying to keep those numbers at least within touching distance, but this is so difficult. A 2v3, an upgrade for Radic Captain. Krax on the Sheriff, full utility, still a chance here. It's not impossible, it's just improbable. Trying to force Benji forward. Does the barrel show? It doesn't matter. He finds out a Captain, and now the position will be considered. They'll know where that mosh came from. So Krax's chance is diminished by the second. He can try as he wants, but there's still a utility here. Benji, even late round, popping some in, making it even trickier for Krax to do anything of value. And I think he knows this one's done for. That is going to be 10 here.
Send Wingman on it.
And just in a vain hope of just anything. Oh, man.
Get hunted.
Okay.
Yes.
He does. Okay. Josh, this feels like this is a swing round now.
FUT was on eco there. Gonna, you know, let that one slide. But what I don't want to see them do, and what I want to see them do instead, is I want them to not try to control both sides, right? 3 towards A, 2 towards B.
Hey, if I don't got it, you got it, bro. Let's go.
If they're going to try to defend both sides at the same time, they're going to lose every single time against Team Heretics, unless, you know, Team Heretics tries to go into the 3 stack, and then fourth player is able to rotate over, especially with an ultimate. We need to see them start playing, take a page out of Team Heretics' book. Play retake on one of the sites and stack at the other, and go for the retakes if you guess wrong.
Oh my god,
Fast play.
Rip. Let's see if it's rewarded. Straight down middle. CNED, can you close the gap? They're putting everything into this one. Rien's trying to send it back, and CNED's already been caught. It just felt like it fell flat.
Again, yeah.
Oh my god, Krax, okay, they're sticking round.
Okay.
The fact he hits that just feels like he's just won a 30-70, and he walks away feeling confident. Again, somehow we're in a 4v4 here. It felt like that was such a big investment for so little reward.
Again, 2-2 split on the sites for FUT right now. This could be devastating for them. Realizing that CNED was the guy going down middle.
Benji got hat.
I know exactly
the hat.
where you are.
Pinhead's back out. Smoke towards Market. You've got the off angle from Mr. Fallen. Does Krax play ahead of this? No, he can't. I think the paranoia caught him enough that he has to respect it. TP in. We've got 3 towards B now. Later rotate for Yellowjay, but he'll be here in time. You see that Team Heretics want to kind of clear back pillar.
Stuns up, guns up.
That's nice. Hard. Can't avoid it that time. That's nice. Benji does get 2 on the way back in. Back down to a 2v2. Make it a 2v1 out of Captain. Looking to clutch up again. How does Boo play this? Oh, cleanly is how he plays that. But Krax is sharp as hell. He's the one who got the pick back towards the start of this. Taking down Mini Boo. Can he avenge his fallen brother here, Boo? Trying to play the dance. Toy with the timing. And Krax, ice cold in it. Boo knows he's off. Spots him again.
Saw the head.
He doesn't need to go for this just yet. Now he does. Oh, he's toying with him. Careful, 2 HP here. He's going to have to swing this, and he does! Boo avenging his brother, getting the Red Bull clutch, and Heretics up to 11.
Scary, scary, scary. Mini Boo sliding in there in that 5 versus 4, getting taken out. Beautiful shot to put him down. But again, this is what I was saying. But they're feeling a little bit desperate. They're going a little bit too crazy. Off the barrier. Use that rolling thunder. Sending CNED in by himself on a lone mission. He gets taken out. They just they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
They're out of options and they're getting desperate and they're just running at them. Right now, Team Heretics is punishing it. And now Team Heretics can do a fast opening themselves.
Certainly can. And a couple of steps closer to getting those practices in towards best of 5s, Josh. And that is something that we know the Heretics will be looking for. It's a very small and elusive club of teams who know how to play those best of 5s, and this could be a chance for them to get on towards that.
Look, if there's any round that FUT's gonna win, it's gonna be off the back of a sheriff round.
Of course it is.
It's always a thing. They have to win at least 1 per game.
Do you not remember the moment that just in the next couple of seconds, Ada Captain somehow gets 2 kills here for no
yeah, sorry,
reason?
I forgot that part of the script.
Yeah, remember, okay?
Yeah.
No one knows how it happens, but it does. Somehow he just magically gets 2 kills. I mean, these are literally the sort of rounds that FUT just always seem to get so scary in. Actually, they might get the timing. Hey, they've got Yellowjay pushed up middle here. They can gamble or rotate over towards A. They felt nothing towards that B site.
That one-way up on A-Link, rotation coming in. The attack has to come through elbow.
This feels like the best chance yet.
2 opening, 1 Deegs.
Right place, and a Captain. There's the first. Remember, I told you about the second, though. Don't think he's done just yet. He's taken down Mini Boo, but
30
Benji
seconds left.
is quick to this. Gonna catch the support system of CNED. There is another player here, though. That Dizzy should be the red alarm bells ringing, knowing there's a lot of players here. And the back line, there's the pressure. Krax is gonna go down, but there's still out a Captain on the side. Mr. Fallen now swings from CT. There's the second. We all told you about it. You didn't believe us. But 10 seconds now. They need the plan here for Rien's. There's not much more he can do. 6 seconds. Flashed up, stunned up. This is just perfect from FUT. Finally, they get back in this. Told ya.
It told me. hate being right.
Yep. It's a curse.
And that's gonna really... I hope it doesn't, but it could have affected Team Heretics' confidence there. Still, so close to being able to close it out 2-0 and go to the next stage. Team Heretics, they have that Neon ultimate. They do look like they're opening up with a fast opening again. It's worked a couple times, but it's also been stuffed a couple times.
Yeah, really hard one to call on it, but CNET gets caught by the paranoia, and Mini Boost just set up for success. Out of Captain, trying to isolate a fair fight, but oh, Benji! Melting shot, they just keep going, and Crux goes down, they keep trying to make up and make up and make up, and now they just bulldoze through them. Heretics want that 12th round, they want to secure at bare minimum OT here. Mr. Fallen and YetaJ, this is really hard. A 2v5, no access to sight. And there's going to be a plan against them too. Again, you've got to consider the money. You've got to consider every aspect of this. Those rifles are valuable. They're just getting no play here.
But just poked the Hornet's nest. Felt the wrath, the response from Team Heretics, and now they have to go save. Let Team Heretics have that 12th round, that match point. But I guess Team Heretics has 2 chances to close it out. FUT need 2 rounds in a row just to bring it to overtime. Right now, Team Heretics, great pace changes. Sometimes opening very slow, and FUT is going really aggressive, falling into the trap. And sometimes Team Heretics opens very fast and catches, especially CNED, out trying to take that map control. But that Neon timing with the flashes, with the dart combos, is just getting out past, breaking the timings of everything, catching them off.
So they get the rifles. No, YetaJ's gone down. It's only Mr. Fallen who's going to get it. Keep you up to date while the replay runs. They did lose out on one of those 2 rifles there, so that's a big loss for them. They're going to reinvest. It's not going to be a complete loss, but that does mean Guardians. It does mean Bulldogs, and you can see that frustration, Josh. You can see it on the faces. Okay, that's interesting to me.
Looky. First time we're seeing an off on this defense. I think in this map in general, we haven't seen it all game, right?
No, I don't think so. Can't recall it. I mean, the problem is, as it stands, it's in the wrong place. And it looks like Heretics right back to business. They feel no resistance to this point.
Actually, YetaJ might have had it on attack once, but Team Heretics already stealing this A space into elbow. They have that ultimate. One-way smoke on spawn.
And it's going to be the guns in hand here. The paranoia does get sent from deep CT, so that's going to help out, actually. It gives a second of recovery here. As YetaJ unable to really be of much assistance.
Okay.
Minigo's gone down. That's good for Cracks. Tries to put his life on the line to get back towards the back box here. Mr. Fallen in support takes down Woot. We're still seeing this go on. This is a 3v4. YetaJ is barely breathing, but he's still alive. He's still got a gun in the game.
He can fake plant and teleport all the way back to B if he wants to. I wonder if they're going to do it, but they're not in the position, the rest of the team, in elbow right now to be able to do that.
How much do they know? Who's going for it?
Sticking that plant. 3 versus 4. Benji alive. The win condition for the team.
Benji. Got to be clutching this. Rien's still here too. That's the 2 CT players, going to be locked down by them, but that puts so much on the plate of Boo. He can try and keep them back with one ways, but Mr. Fallen's found him. That's the site now open and available. They're getting overwhelmed here. FUT trying to fight back in, but Rien's does not find Mr. Fallen. Hold on. And Benji's always got to clutch in him at least once a game. And this might be the moment. No, out of Captain, still there. And now a 1v2, very difficult for Rien's, especially with YetaJ holding that angle. It's out of Captain to keep this one alive. 11 rounds for FUT. This game is starting to heat up now in the final moments.
The final chance to close this out. Regulation right now. Trying to look at the ultimates and the economy. Both teams with a full purchase. The op's still up. Crash still online for Cracks if he needs it for one of these retake situations. And a passive round for FUT that they're able to convert. So maybe they're finding out that, hey, you know what? We can do this passive stuff. We don't have to take the fight to them. We can let them do something right now.
Yeah.
It's all on that opening pick. YetaJ has that op actually on Cypher towards B. He's alone. 4-man stack for FUT.
This could be the right call, the right read. Do they continue? Do they try and challenge it? CNED goes forward. This is so dangerous. You're going to hear the ults coming out from either side. The paranoia going to be posted. Everything coming in. But Mini Boo right up mid. How has he sliced through them like a knife through butter? And oh my God, Mini Boo. Just deadly, butchering FUT here. And Cena took a lot of damage. 17 HP is not enough. The flashes were great. The stuns were in. Everything going their way. Yeah, the J and Ada Captain have been great. But this is so much. Oh my god, Ada Captain still gets 2 here. Hold on. The spike's not down. Do they know about Yellow J? They will now. And it's too little, too late. 13 to 11. Heretics with a close.